For today's cup of coffee.
My neck hurts.
Yeah. So it's a matter of hopefully...
For today's cup of coffee, my neck hurts.
Gen Z. But no, hopefully the new doctor this week will be able to either give us some answers or direct us to where we can get some answers.
Yes.
So, yeah, prayers, always prayers. If you ever think of us, say a prayer. You doing that thing that makes you cough right when we start doing the video.
It hasn't, I've been stewing all day. It hasn't been making me cough today, so I'm good.
Okay. For today's cup, this comes from Mental Floss, and it's by Lucas Reilly.
Mental Floss.
Yeah.
You just thread it right between your ears.
Absolutely. It's some cool stuff. This was written October 11th, 2017.
Loves it.
Updated October 5th, 2021. And the link will be in the description box. It's a good question. Why do ghosts say boo?
Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo.
And so it says... People have screamed boo, or at least some version of it, to startle others since the mid-16th century. And one of the earliest examples documented by the Oxford English Dictionary appeared in 1560s poetic thriller, Smith Which That Forged Him a New Dame. And all those are with Y's instead of I's. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It said the same thing, but, same way. But ghosts, they've only been yelling boo for less than 2 centuries.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
It says the etymology of boo is uncertain. The OED, which again is the Oxford English Dictionary, compares it with the Latin BOARE or Greek, which I cannot spell that out.
Spell that out or say it?
Oh no, it's written in Greek. So you can go to the article and you can find this.
The fuck is that?
That
It's like
is
a
Greek.
weird. It's like a weird B with an O and an A and a V.
Yes.
An A with a squiggly on top.
Yes. So you can go to the link and you can look at the Greek.
But the B looks weird.
It's Greek.
It looks like someone bonked it on the
It's
top, on the
Greek.
side.
And anyhow, this means to cry aloud, roar, or shout. And older dictionaries suggest it could have been an onomatopoeia mimicking the lowing of a cow. Which, that makes sense. You can see that. Whatever the origins, the word had a slightly different shade of meaning a few hundred years ago. Ghost humor. You gotta find it. And it says boo, or in olden days, B-O or B-U, was not used to frighten others, but to assert your presence. Take the traditional Scottish proverb, he can't say boo or bow to a goose.
To a goose.
And it says, which for centuries has been a slick way to call somebody timid or
Boa.
sheepish. Or consider the 1565 story, Smith Which That Forged Him a New Dame.
Smith Witch that forged him a new dame.
Yes.
What the fuck kind of name is that?
Well, it's just...
Damn, I even struggle with...
No, it's just, they, as far as Y's instead of I's, in which an overconfident blacksmith tries to hammer a woman back into her youth, and the main character demands of his dying experiment, speak now, let me see, and says one's boo, or as Donatello would put it, speak, damn you, speak.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna read that.
Yeah.
Neither of us is gonna read
So
that.
it's been going on since the beginning of humankind. But boo became scarier with time. After all, as the OED notes, the word is phonetically suited to produce a loud and startling sound. And by 1783, Gilbert Crockett was writing in Presbyterian Eloquence displayed that boo is a word that's used in the north of Scotland to frighten crying children. If you just
I'm fine with that.
puff air, just go p- and it'll startle them. Yeah, it's just a p- and they'll stop.
Yeah.
They really will. It says, but if we're not here to question the 250-year-old Scottish parenting techniques, but over at Slate, Forrest Wickman raises a good point. Why would anybody want to frighten a child who is already crying? Let's have a little trauma.
The tears of the child's sorrows, that is my life water. That is the essence. The pure tears.
This is someone who has not children yet. It's funny when you don't have kids.
It is.
When you have the kids and you have to deal with the kids.
When you
it's
have
not so amusing.
Oh, I disagree. I think that's the best time to you can just run rampant scaring them.
Oh, no, because then you have to deal with that later in life. In 18th century Scotland, B-O, B-double-O, and B-U would latch onto plenty of words describing things that went bump in the night. According to the Dictionary of the Scots Language, the term B-U-K-O-W, and I guess that is bucow, applied to hobgoblins and anything frightful, such as scarecrows.
Bucket.
Scarecrows can be really freaky, depending on how they... Because
Harold.
What?
Harold.
The scarecrow?
Yeah, the scarecrow from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing was... Yeah.
Freaky.
Yeah. So it's not these nice little friendlier things that they have now in Hobby Lobby and stuff with the little faces.
No, they're freaky as fuck. I need to make one, stick it up at the cabin.
You could. You really could.
To scare the shit out of myself every fucking
Absolutely.
night.
Absolutely. That sounds like a plan. Mm-hmm. The word boogie for evil one, now we know,
Boogie.
would evolve into boogeyman. And then there's boo man, B-U, man, B-double-O man, which is a terrifying goblin that haunted man. Quote, kings, counselors, and princes fair, as wills the common ploughman, have massed... I need to get Blue to read this. He could do this in so much justice.
Yeah.
Have massed their pleasures mixed with care, and dread some muckle boomin'. Mm-hmm. So it's, yeah. It was only a matter of time until ghosts got lumped into this creepy muckle boo man crowd, which is too bad. Before the early 1800s, ghosts were believed to be eloquent, sometimes charming, and very often literary speakers. They got downgraded, didn't they?
Yes, you know why? Because they were classic ghosts. They were ghosts of olden times.
People were more educated then. It says that
people are less educated now.
The spirits that appeared in
we're supposed to evolve. We have devolved.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The spirits that appeared in the works of the Greek playwright Euripides and Seneca held the important job of reciting the play's prologue. And the apparitions in Shakespeare's plays.
Francis Bacon's works.
No. I refuse.
It was Francis Bacon.
That's propaganda.
It was Francis Bacon.
Propaganda. It is. He was a hack. He hated Shakespeare. And so do I believe that was his? Hell no. I do not believe that it was Francis Bacon. I think that he just had some kind of narcissism going on. You've got me escalated. Now I can't speak properly.
I didn't do shit.
Start again.
Francis Bacon.
The apparitions in Shakespeare's plays conversed in the same swaying iambic pentameter as the living. But by the mid-1800s, more literary ghosts apparently lost interest in speaking in complete sentences. Take this articulate exchange with a specter from an 1863 Punch and Judy script. Ghost, boo. Punch, ah. Ghost, boo. Punch, oh dear, it wants me. Ghost, boo. That's the script. We could have done that.
That's such shit.
Have you seen the Punch and Judy?
No.
Oh God, you've never seen Punch and Judy skits?
I've never even heard about it until now.
I have failed you as a parent. Go online after a while, look up Punch and Judy, because it would in no way be appropriate today. Because with the pussification of the entire world...
Her words, not mine.
Yes. It's I've used that word for a long time because it keeps going downhill. Anyhow, it's no surprise that Boo's popularity, rose in the mid-19th century. This was the age of spiritualism, a widespread cultural obsession with paranormal phenomena that sent scores of people flocking to mediums and clairvoyants in hopes of communicating with the dead. I mean, it wasn't that it didn't happen before. It just had some kind of... A lot of times people, if they stopped burning people at the stake when they started did that. Earlier times, they burned them at the stake and such. Or drowned them.
Lovely.
Serious scientists were sending electrical shocks through the bodies of corpses, speaking of fried human flesh, to see if reanimating the dead was possible. And readers were engrossed in terrifying gothic fiction, the best kind, such as Frankenstein and the vampire with the Y. British police departments were reporting a heightened number of ghost sightings as graveyards were plagued by ghost imposters. Hoaxers who camped out in cemeteries covered in white robes and pale chalk. You know that we would have been in on that, right? You know that.
I wanted to go down I wanted to walk the road dressed as a ghost with a sign that said "Boo," and on the back of it, "Happy Halloween."
Well,
Happy Halloweeny.
If you put that on as far as like a sandwich board type thing, that probably would work. Maybe.
It would be a sign on a stick.
In our little holler, it might work. I don't know. Anyhow, it's probably no coincidence that ghosts began to develop their own vocabulary, limited as it may be, during a period when everybody was curious about the goings-on within the spirit realm. It may also help that Boo was Scottish. Many of our Halloween traditions, such as the carving of jack-o'-lanterns, were carried overseas by Celtic immigrants. Scotland was a great exporter of people in the middle of the 1800s, and perhaps it's thanks to the Scots-Irish population spread that Boo became every ghost's go-to greeting. I thought that was pretty cute.
Yeah.
But it's one of those that, as far as the loss of ghost abilities to speak, yes. I mean, if you read some of the earlier literature, you have to have a dictionary to look up some of the words now. And I figured that, if the Lord tarries, that some of the ghosts that are yet to come will probably they'll be sitting there trying to text or emoji. Yeah.
Listen, I put an emoji at the end of every text.
Do you really?
I do.
Why?
To convey the proper emotion.
Oh, God.
Just in case someone tries to misinterpret what I said in the full text. So I put an emoji of what emotion that is supposed to be read at.
That is sad. And that shows as far as people's... Why don't you talk to somebody on the phone? And even if they're overseas...
I don't want to talk to someone over the phone.
There are things that you can, for free, talk to people overseas. So, I don't... Gen Z, man. What can you say? But as far as him, yes, there was the heightened spiritualism in the Victorian times and stuff like that. But there's always been an interest in speaking with spirits. People want to know what it's like on the other side, why spirits would hang around on this side. You know, there's difference between like what we think of as ghosts, then you've got earth spirits, there's a whole spirit realm, but they acted like it was something relatively new. No. So, but as far as the boo to you. And then we've had,
boo the fool.
As far as the word boo that has a totally different meaning in today's world.
Hey, boo.
Yeah.
What's up, boo? My boo thing.
Now this is one of those, you talk about a face palm. I'm sorry that this was one of those that it needed to be visuals, because I am very facially animated, and it is a lot of times just pure face palm basically all day long.
Do you need to go touch grass?
No. Installed a new door handle because ours broke the other day. Who knew that could happen? It was a metal storm door thing handle, and it broke. Metal fatigue, it's a thing. So went and bought new door handle, which is interesting because instead of just pulling straight back, you lift up on it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to teach kid home improvement stuff.
I already knew how to do it.
And I thought that I was going to bitch slap him so hard.
We do not, when it comes to like working on stuff together other than the videos, we are about to come to blows most of the time.
This is what happens. Instead of, when he gets frustrated, instead of him backing off, looking at it and go, okay, this isn't working. Why isn't it working? How can I make it work? He gets escalated and angry, and a lot of times he will break shit. And I'm like, I just bought that. Do not break that.
I don't break shit.
And I am so grateful that Omega showed up, because then the drama stopped. It did.
I would have been fine. I almost had it if she would have just stopped fucking with me.
I told Omega, I said, you got here at the right time, because I was going to pummel him. And he knew by the look on my face that I had it. And I said, you go. I said, I am going to sit here. I'm going to smoke me a cigarette. I'm going to go through. I'm going to get me a cold drink. And then kid responded to him totally differently. There was no more.
Because he explained it and showed it differently.
I didn't try to. It was a simple mechanism. You put the
and I was doing it by myself, and I was doing it good, and you were fucking with me.
No, I was simply trying to hold the outside part. That was it. The outside handle. Because you had to hold the little nibs right in the holes. You had to hold the little springy in the middle, in the center hole, while you put the screws in on the other side of the door and tighten them. He somehow wanted to blame me.
I was doing it, and you were fucking with me.
How was I fucking with you on that?
You were.
No. Anyhow, I am very grateful to Omega. I truly am. We do have a new door handle, which will hopefully last a little while longer.
It actually latches.
And we're waiting for hinge pins for a storm door to arrive, because they're different than an indoor hinge pin.
Just get a fucking metal rod and shove it through the thing.
Nah, well, that was what the one dude went to Lowe's the other day. Never expect.
They didn't know what a hinge pin was. Do you really expect them to think that wouldn't work? Now, damn it. All it is a metal rod?
No. They actually finally got a guy that had been a contractor, and he explained. He said, you could do it that way, but then you may have problems opening and closing the door. And I looked at him
We
and I
already
said,
have problems.
We have that already. So, anyhow, when the hinge...
We just wouldn't have to worry about it falling off.
When the hinge pins arrived, Omega will come and help youngest kid install those.
You say I will do it.
He will come because he has done those before, he said. So those two can do this, and I will go someplace else. I will go and read a book. And as far as while they're doing that, I am not so much as going to say boo to kid. Oh.
Boo to kid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So,
BB does that to me sometimes, and I get got every single fucking time.
well, yeah. Anyhow.
Elijah just stands there. He doesn't have to say anything. And then when he does, it's like, wah! And it's not even him trying to scare.
No, he
He's
is
just silent.
It's because he's very Spectre-like anyhow. Yes. At some point, we will get oldest kid to do a podcast with us.
Elijah, I love you, but damn it, you spook me sometimes, damn it. You don't sneak up on me like that.
It's just because that the child is just hair's breadth away from being an albino, for real.
All he needs is the hair.
He is pigment impaired.
I want to see if I can bleach
But
his
he
hair.
also does have coal black hair and blue eyes. Because we have weird coloration.
I'm going to try to bleach his hair.
Nuh-uh.
I'm going to try to...
No.
I'm going to bleach. And when I cut it, I'm going to get some of the hair. I'm going to do a test thing. See how long.
Oh, it'll take...
Oh, the
it'll
hell
take
you
forever.
say.
It'll take forever.
For the developer will do everything.
Melt it. What?
It will melt the
It's
fuck
like-
out of it, but damn it, it will lighten
As
it.
long as you're not doing it while it's on his head, because he would have quite a few things to say about that. Such as, get away from me. You're not doing the don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
So, that would be more than a boo. That would result in a boo-hoo. Bad puns, that's what you got on this. If you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural
That hurt.
encounters with
That hurt my
UFOs,
soul.
aliens, cryptids, what ghosts may have said to you, if you've got local...
Boo to you, boo-boo the fool.
If you've had local, regional, family myths or legends, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And the email address is there in the description box. Know that you're loved.
Kill me. Kill
Know that you're loved and appreciated. Prayers for us. Prayers for me. Pray for me. Oh.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Boo to you.
You have a beautiful, blessed day. We'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Booga booga booga. Boo. Huh?